Hmm. So it's interesting for me to be broadcasting here from the ranch. I've been hesitant to thus far because I was afraid the connection wasn't strong enough, but Gary convinced me that it was and gave me a workaround. So hopefully we made a good choice. But this is my first time to be, online 100%. So it's sort of interesting, especially because I'm looking at myself. I wish I could be somewhere else on the screen. Okay, I can get over that. Good morning, Janet.
Miss Sharon, are you on speaker view or gallery view?
I'm on gallery because I do want to see people. I just don't want me to be front and center, but that's okay. I can deal with it. Okay. So, hi, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm good.
I don't know that I need to explain a lot about what we're doing this morning, but let me just review it for all of us. So I think everybody knows, but this is the practice that we do on Sunday mornings together as a community and offer it to the greater community to respond to whatever folks want, need, are looking for. And I think right now, especially, no matter, if you're longing for peace, if you're longing for calm, if you're longing for connection, this is surely an opportunity for that. Not only for us to connect this morning and be together in this sweet way, but also to cultivate our capacity for calming and opening and connecting, which is what this practice is all about. And again, I think most folks know, but this is a practice that Adzam Rinpoche gave us about 16 years ago, I believe. We started offering this at Dawn Mountain. And again, it was an opportunity for us to offer it to anyone and everyone. Very profound, but very accessible. So it's really a gift. It's a gift that Rinpoche gave us and a gift that we give each other and the community. So we'll get started. It's a combination of sitting meditation where we just really allow ourselves to settle, particularly our minds, but starting with our body. And then we introduce the chanting the sacred syllable hung, and then later we dedicate with the sacred syllable ah. And it's that combination, I feel, between the sitting and then the chanting that makes it really, I want to say effective, but that doesn't sound very lovely. But it does make it effective. And also gives you a taste of two modes of focusing our attention, because the sitting and settling is just that. And it's a more maybe traditional type of meditation. And then combined with merging with sound and getting in touch with what that allows for and what that brings forth is a totally different experience of focusing attention or coming into the present. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do 3 rounds and we'll kind of go back and forth as the rhythm of the group sort of dictates, although I'm not sure I'll be able to hear you guys. I guess it'll be my rhythm will dictate. So we'll begin by settling. So that means first finding a posture that's comfortable. So for me, I like to think of it as relaxing my legs down. So I'm sitting cross-legged, well, not exactly cross-legged, but a simple cross-leg. Um, and then kind of making sure that my torso is lifted up, so that it's not collapsed down. It's lifted up. My shoulders can be kind of rolled back and then relaxed down, opening the chest. These are things I learned in yoga that a lot of us kind of use for this posture. And then, if you think of the top of your head sort of extending towards the ceiling to elongate your neck, but then slightly tucking your chin, then that, will help align the spine in a, kind of natural, but again, open and supported fashion. And once you get all that set up, then you can just relax. Your hands can be on your knees, wherever it's comfortable. This is the posture of great ease, which is what we really want to emphasize today. I feel like that's sort of what I would like for us to really bring to mind: relaxation. Relaxation with intention, but relaxation and ease. So we want the body to be at ease, but we want to be purposeful with what we're wanting to allow for, and that is the movement of our energy. And then as our body becomes more relaxed, relax the legs down, keep the torso raised, shoulders back and down, the neck long. And we get in touch with our breathing, really noticing what it feels like to breathe with attention. And just rest your attention on the breath. And on the inhale, you can feel nourished. And on the exhale, you can release, relax. So now we've attended to the body, to our energy, and we just allow our mind to also be relaxed, making space for our thoughts to come and go naturally without our paying attention to them. It's not what we're here for right now. We're not going to get into thinking, but we're going to allow the thoughts to arise and dissipate like waves in an ocean. We're not going to attend them. We're not going to build story from them. We're going to relax our body, our breath, our mind. And rest with our breath. When thoughts arise, we don't follow after them. We allow them to dissolve. Making space for that to happen naturally. And as we sound home together, we allow our mind to merge with the sound in a very relaxed way. We once again rest our attention on the breath and rest. Again, resting our attention on the breath in a state of ease. Enjoying breathing. you find that you are lost in thought, just gently bring your attention back to the breath. Perhaps refresh your posture a bit and breathe in a way that you know you're breathing. Breathing in awareness of breathing. Mm. So I wanted to share that, for me, um, this practice, I've always loved it because at least I feel that it really allows me to open, become more spacious, and and so then this natural joy comes forth. And so it happened again this morning. I'm very pleased to say. Hopefully, some of you had a similar experience. Um, but I also wanted to say that that spaciousness, that openness, it's what really I feel allows us to let our thoughts come and go without quite as much fuss and inclination to make story, to follow after them, to be distracted by them, to get lost in them. And likewise, I feel the same is true for emotions, which, seem to be sort of thoughts that are running amok or that are expressing in various mental states or physical states. And I think, during this time when so many of us, I guess most everyone, is dealing with uh, such a myriad and uh, roller coaster of emotions, um, that it's really wonderful we're doing the series that we're doing this summer, which hopefully some of you are tuning in. I wasn't able to do it in person, but I watched the first one afterwards. And as usual, it was quite wonderful. Harvey presented, and then I understand Dent Gitchell is going to present the next one, and Simone Woodage and Mark Urowitz will be participating as well, and it goes through the end of August. Appreciating our emotions on the spiritual path or on a spiritual path. And so, um, for me, I've been on this roller coaster. And again, I feel everyone is, but I don't, it's interesting, you can talk to someone and they're actually doing pretty okay. And then you talk to them again and that's not the case. And that's why I'm calling it a roller coaster. And I think that's just the nature of what we're all dealing with. It's so unsettling and it's so unique and unpredictable. So for us that like to plan and control, is very challenging. But it's more challenging for the folks that are really in the throes of the um, real health concerns. If you're I feel very isolated here at the ranch, but I know a lot of people don't have that luxury. And so then it's a whole different kind of emotional roller coaster. So, for me, I've had emotions coming up that aren't even my usual menu. They're there, and somehow, um, if it's things that we're more used to, then we kind of, if we've worked with them, if we've taken some of these classes, if we're meditators that have learned to make space so that we can look at them, be with them in a little bit more um, open, spacious fashion than simply reacting. Um, it's somehow easier to do that when it's emotions that we're used to or we can recognize. But I've had some come up that are really different, and also some that may be more my usual patterns but are stronger. And so I really had to work with it in a different kind of way. Um, um, and resist the temptation, kind of like what Harvey was teaching in that first class, that that sweet spot of not acting out and not suppressing. um, that's hard, um, because we don't want to hang out with them. It's like, oh, I want to be rid of this. But yet, if we do, at least this one in particular, and I'll just say it was jealousy. I was struggling with jealousy for days, and I'm not used to that at all. I don't know where it came from, or didn't know where it came from. And it sort of had a hold of me. And I kind of worked with it, and sort of, decided I would kind of dance with it a little bit, but try to keep it under control, and not let it continue to affect my mental being. I mean, it was really quite strong. And in the end, so in the end was days. Um, I did come to understand that it was, in fact, trying to show me something. Not what I actually kind of thought, but beneath, actually within that, I think within the strong emotion, the wisdom was there, but I didn't see it at all until I really worked with it for days, and was kind of, I was amazed by this, how strong this emotion was. And I think it is a function of what I'm trying to describe here, that I feel we're all dealing with right now. Just things that are so unusual and so charged that it can really have an impact. But just to support and further what's being taught in this series, at least that first class, I just want to share that I was able in the end to then go and have some conversations that I needed to have, um, you know, just sort of to take care of myself, and to sort of share what my needs. And that's not my usual go-to. I'm not good at that. I'm, I think a lot of us are not, but I really am not. Um, and it was helpful. It was super helpful. It was well received. It created connection in a fresh kind of way. And it ended up being very beneficial, but it was very painful in the process. So I don't know that there's anything to take away from that, except that I do feel there's wisdom within those strong emotional states. And that if we can work with them in a way where we're not just acting out and causing pain because we're not able to be with it in a way to allow it to sort of, for there to be enough space, to both be with it, but not not act out and not suppress. Um, there can be something of real value there. And I can attest to it from a very recent experience. So I'm excited about the course, and I'm excited about, I think everything that we've been doing at Dawn Mountain, I mean, really everything that we've ever done, but particularly, um, you know, these last few years, it's all working on what I'm trying to describe here. And I'm not sure if I'm doing a adequate job. And so I'm also, within all of this, I'm just feeling really grateful for practice, grateful for, the kind of practice that we did this morning, just learning to um, focus our attention, be present, be open, make space within our being to hold all of these things in a way that is healthy and that can be productive, that can be, I think, Harvey kept using the term, transformative, transforming the ordinary into extraordinary. That really is, I feel like, what I was sharing with you guys as far as this recent example of some of my strong emotions. It's actually happened a couple of times. I also had to deal with anger in a similar fashion. And again, in the end, it was helpful. It was helpful. And in both cases, it led to the sense that I was taking care of myself. So that's really quite wonderful. If an emotion that's so uncomfortable can actually then show you something that you need to see, or help you see something that you can then benefit from, it was really quite extraordinary. Both cases recently. Yeah. And like I said, one was jealousy and one was anger. I'm more comfortable with anger because I run so hot and so fiery and so passionate that I'm more used to that. The jealousy one caught me totally off guard. But anyway, so I really am excited that we're having this course at this time because I think it's going to be beneficial to all of us. And I'm also just very, very grateful for all the practice that we do at Dawn Mountain, including the one we did this morning. So I hope that my offering this and sharing was somehow beneficial. So we will dedicate and then see if there's anything else to announce. And let me see if I can get the names here. A lot of names. Okay. So we're going to dedicate, like we typically do on Sunday mornings, with using ah 3 times. The first ah, we're allowing ourselves to embody white light. The second ah, we share that the light is energy. So it's light, it's energy, it's imbued with blessing qualities, with healing qualities, all the things that we need in the world right now. So the second ah, we share with one another. And the third ah, we share with all beings throughout time and space. So first, I will read the names. So this morning, we want to dedicate, in addition to all beings, to especially Vatna, Era, Karen, Maria, Julia, COVID, Josh, Beata, Deborah, Sylvia, Rolando, Nathaniel, Emma, Ed, Leah, Stupa Global View, Carol Gautier in the Bardo, Jimmy Chong in the Bardo, Mabel Lee Brown, Bardo, Chime Lee, Karen Burry and Victims of Sanford Flood, Juan Francisco Montez, Bardo, Ken Chris Goudreau, Jeremiah Weiser, Bardo, Catherine Wesser, Jacqueline Delano, Richard Delano, Michelle Hunter, Sharon Jackson, Steph Osterhaus, Marjorie Bardo, Marjorie Collagen Bardo, Rebecca, Abby, Marina, Claudia, Vatna, All Suffering Animals, Margaret, Monica, Adam, Animals, Bia, my mom, our llamas, all llamas, our and all sanghas, our skylit home, all suffering beings, COVID Shanti Kuruye Soha. Elizabeth J.F. Bardo Anila Abis. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, everyone, to reach to that very ground. And now we'll sound our 3 ahs. So lovely to be with all of you. Harvila, do you have anything you want to add or announcements that should be made?
Well, first, I want to publicly acknowledge just appreciating so much of what you shared. It was so heartfelt and real and helpful. So really, really thank you for doing that. We have, for those who've done Yeshe Tsogel, a foundational practice on Monday night. We're going to have that practice. I think it's somewhere in the calendar that we're doing it. That's why we're doing it on Monday night. And I'm sure people will get an announcement of that. And then on Tuesday, we will have our 3rd Tuesday of the month teaching. That's what I'll announce for now.
Wonderful. Look forward to all of it. Thank you all for being here. See you again soon.
Thank you, Sharon.
Sharon. Thank you for being so wholehearted and authentic. I love you. Love you all.
Love you
Love
too,
you.
everybody. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sharon. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Great to see you all. All be safe and healthy.
Yes. Yes.
Be well.
Take care.
Kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself indeed.